of the band surrounds around Tony Napoli. They're known as Those Guys. They do a Wednesday night hurricane jam, and they were very supportive when I said I wanted to participate in this event. They stepped up. Of course, Glenn Taylor, you mentioned your neighbor, great drummer. Mr. Doug Allen playing on that bass. Awesome. He's in several different projects for this festivity. Also, Mr. Michael V on those keys, just making them sing to you. Extra special to me, I have a music buddy down visiting from up north. We keep saying for 25 years we've graced stages here and there together, probably go over 30. His name's Mr. Rick Spessard. He joined me on the first 4 songs. So what do we call that, the bucket list thing? Yep, made that today too, so part of this smile as well, Ben.
And the rain's been coming down, and the light has been flashing, and there's thunder all around. Now there's a storm front, and it's on the horizon. There's a storm front moving in. It's a storm front. Keep your hands off of my stack. Hey, it's a hit of the clear blue water down in the Florida Keys. Then a storm came a day and the sky it turned black. The train had left Miami and we never made it back. 'Cause the rain it came down on the track. The wind was a blowing water high above her stack. But I can't go on hurting myself.
So your entire band couldn't make it today, but you played a solo act and it was phenomenal.
Well, thank you.
And you're from up Key Largo way, I understand.
I've been doing a extensive tour of North Key Largo now for the past few years. I play at all the best spots, the Gilberts, the Blackwater Siren, Shipwrecks, the Big Chill, the Caribbean Club, the Bayside Grill, you know.
I always have to steal my kiss from you. I always have to steal my kiss from you. I always have to steal my kiss from you.
Kenny, how long has the Stone Crabs been together?
Oh, wow, like 12 years?
12 years, yeah. We started at the doghouse.
I'm always in the doghouse, man. It seems like an appropriate place. So I just want to mention Kenny here hurried to get here. He was scheduled on a flight from Asheville down here. Flight got canceled. You just drove 15 hours to get here.
Yeah, just to get here, that's right.
I'm very fortunate to be a sailing captain and get to do sailing tours and eco tours and things like that. My family's from the Keys. We moved down here in the 60s, and I was fortunate to grow up here and came back after my kids had grown, back to our family home in Isla Morada.
Don't try to hold my word.
So how long you been singing now?
Since I was a child, I would say. I started playing guitar when I was about 14 years old, so I'm 57 now, so the math is for you to do.
Where'd you come from?
Grew up on Long Island, lived outside of Philadelphia, moved down here about 5 years ago, and now live in Marathon, so.
You don't miss those cold winters in the Northeast?
I don't miss any of that. Not a second of it, Ben, not a second. No more snow shovels for me, ever.
Turning around, I won't stop.
Where do you get your inspiration for writing your own songs?
Life, everything that's around, from the beauty of our local environment to just real life situations and being a bit of a storyteller. I can step outside my sphere, but I see things happen to other people, and that gives me inspirations for songs as well.
You guys, when you write songs, who does most of the writing?
I do most of the writing. Yeah. So I've had a couple of those songs for a long time, and a couple of them are newer. So
I got a question I ask most songwriters because it always, I'm intrigued and I get different answers every time. When you sit down to write a song, are the lyrics first? Is it the melody first? Is it a little bit of both? How's that work for you?
a little bit of both for me. Sometimes I'll think of a melody in my head and write words to it, or sometimes I'll think of some words I think, oh, that would be cool, and I'll try to write a melody to it. So a little bit of both for me.
This is the southernmost song.
You had a heck of a band up there with you. Tell me who played with you.
Jim Hill, he's my singing partner. We also do a duo around town. We had Doug Allen on bass, John Otis on drums, the great Tony Napoli on guitar, and our newest member, Mike B, on keyboards. And everybody did a fantastic job.
Critters, the last Keys critters are leaving on.
As I introduced you, I talked to you before your gig. You're a California boy, but you moved out here to the Florida Keys via many places. But how long you been down here?
Technically, I've been living in Isla Mirada since '85, and then between college and yada yada, then back again in '95, and then full time again after that.
I've been cut and I've been shot. Woo, woo. I've been big, baby. I've been cut and I've been shot. Woo, woo. A long, lonely time.
Tell you what, it was fun stuff. And that's the kind of stuff we do. And Motown, old time rock and roll, and also some Southern and classic rock too. So having fun.
All the good party music, all the great classics, man. I'm a fan, man. I'm here with Steve Miller, the lead guitar player and singer. Steve, did you have a good time? That's what's important.
We had a great time. The whole band had a great time. It sounded great, and the production is just to die for. It just is.
And we dodged the bullet with all the wind and no rain. Wow, I'm so happy to be here and so happy to have performed here. It was a lot of fun. Glad to be here.
Twilight storms open.
And how long have you known her?
For 14 years.
And how old are you, young lady?
14 years.
If you can't figure out, this is a father and daughter duo right here. Great set, guys. I hope you really enjoyed it. When did you start playing piano, Trinity?
I think I've always been playing piano, but I started professionally around 9 or 10, or I started taking lessons, and then I started performing around that time with my dad as well.
There's a little bit of you in me, boy. A little bit of you in me.
Look, we were just talking about Chris B. He was just standing here. He walked away. He said, mention his name. So, Chris B., we mentioned your name. Classic guitar player. I could listen to him play all night long. Again, you're one of my favorite songwriters. I absolutely adore you. I've known you for years now. We've done a few different events together. And are you working on new music?
I am. A lot of new music, actually. I mean, tonight I played a couple new songs that you probably weren't familiar with. Tricky Life and It's Your Day. And, yeah.
But that's okay. See if I can.
Moondogs. Guys, did you have a good time? Because that's the most important.
Always have a good time when you're playing music. Always.
Had a blast. Loved it.
Had a great time. The sound was excellent. Everybody is having a lot of fun out here, and we're happy to be here and get showcased, get our band out there showcased to the public.
It's time we start believing that there's more than oil flow beneath.
We love just getting together and playing, and just to get a chance to come down here and, offer what we've got to have, what we get to give here for you guys has just been a real pleasure. Thank you so much. What a great venue and great thing, it's just and tightly run. I mean, I've done countless of these, and they're usually a catastrophe, and you guys just did a wonderful job.
Well, thank you so much. It takes an entire village to put something like this on, and we appreciate that.
People walking around talking down on others. You can know yourself without knowing about the others. And I know that ain't the right way to go.
So you guys you're from Key Largo.
Yep.
How long's this band been together?
This is one of our first gigs. We've only been together a little over a year now. So.
Really? Wow, you were super tight. Sounded great together. Rehearsals?
Every Tuesday night.
That's it, man, and that's hard to find in the Keys. You don't get a lot of musicians every here instead of every other Tuesday, right?
Matching all the people.
Incredible music talent here in the Florida Keys, and showcased many of those talents right here this weekend.
Indeed, right here on this stage with Conch Records Music Fest. Every year that we all get together and Cliff does his thing, it's amazing, and it brings everybody together, and it does give a chance to showcase all the bands at once, because you can't always go to every single bar and hear them all. So if you can come to one place and hear all this different talent, it's an amazing thing. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Cliff. FiddleRock.com.
Ben Solov checking out for the night. See ya.
Thank you so much.